Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I got some candy. Make me feel better. I got a drink. Pepsi Mango. It's okay. It's not my favorite flavor of Pepsi, but it's not my worst either. Hashtag Pepsi reviews. I feel like going back to chapter 1 is a trap. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think it gives enough. So let's think about this for a while. What would be a better way to do this? I feel like the beacon's not working for me. Gonna be honest. I might be wrong, but I just don't feel like it's working. I'm thinking with road lanterns, decreasing the number of enemies who can spawn on a tile may help with the with avoiding being overwhelmed by numbers, because I won't be affected by that. I will still be able to spawn plenty of skeletons to fight enemies. Maybe both a beacon and a road lantern would work. We'd have to give up our oblivion. We'd have to fight goblins. Let's try that. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? We die? We've already been doing that. I wonder... There might be some things that I'm screwing up. Like, I might value fighting weak enemies too much. Or at least... certain ones. I think in these later levels, I feel like spiders definitely hit above their class. Oh, a silver pendant, that's nice. Especially with their webbing ability. We'll do that. Why not? I don't know. I don't know. It's possible that I'm just too dumb to win this game. I felt like I had it pretty well down before in Chapter 1, but Chapter 2 just feels so much harder. And I'm sure Chapter 3 will be even harder. I don't know if maybe there's just some interaction I'm missing, or... I don't know. I just haven't been able to crack the code yet. Oh, I have an empty ring slot. There we go. And I immediately get something that's better. Fair enough. That's funny. That ring is literally the effect of both of the rings that I had on. Of course, this is a roguelike, so progress is going to be slow, and it's going to be unforgiving and brutal. It's important to keep that in mind. Much of the feelings that I'm having towards the game right now are natural. Especially since we seem to be having a stint of poor luck. Or just stupidity on my part. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. That's a lot of loot that I'm not even going to bother looking at. I wish for more combinations like this. Like the mountain peak. It feels odd that that's one of the earliest combinations that you get that involves a large number of tiles. And then everything else is like, well, if you put a village next to a vampire mansion, it does something. Which is nice, I like that combination, but I want more combinations. Maybe I'm just not finding them, or maybe I don't have the right cards. I don't know the answer to that. Gotta love goblins, though. No, none of those really appeal to me. See, the ability for these spiders to just entangle you. Now, it doesn't affect the hero that much, the necromancer, just because of the method that he attacks, but with other heroes, it's worse. And it affects skeletons, too, the skeletons that you summon, which can be obnoxious. Treasury? Yes, please. Yep, let's just pop this now. Or not. I wonder if I should give up the vampires. Vampire bats are just so painful. And I might go back to not rolling counts lands again. Because I think my initial assessment of them is correct. I think they're not worth it. There we go. So let's not summon counts lands. If we're not gonna do counts lands, we might as well do fields. We'll do a counts lands this time. We might give up on it next time, but there's no real sense in doing that right now. More road lanterns. Another treasury? Some healing for skeleton deaths? Yeah, we can take that. Another cemetery, not bad. There we go. Put a battlefield there. There we go. I don't know. I'm thinking I might give up Loop Hero as far as a game series goes. I feel like I don't have a lot of commentary to add at this point. But that's largely because I'm not progressing. If we got some progress, you know, fought the next boss or something like that, I might feel more fulfilled. But it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. There's just not really a lot to talk about. Not when you're stuck in a rut like I am right now, anyhow. Oh, hey, that button's lit up now. So can I burn my skulls to just take everything anyway? That's kind of interesting before. I don't think that's really worth the haul. We'll just retreat. Let's go back to the warrior. Let's just go back to the tried and true method that we were using. I say tried and true. I still died a lot. Give up on the cemetery. We'll plop down wheat fields. We're gonna avoid... Well, I'll tell you what. Let's use the necromancer and try to run with these. I'm gonna give up the spider cocoon in favor of a cemetery. I think I prefer fighting skeletons over chapter 2 spiders. We'll keep the oblivion just in case. We'll try to chrono crystal up some meadows or something like that. Let's try it. Why not? We'll give up on Count's Land, that's for sure, because I think that's one of the things that's killing me the most. Or at least it feels like it is. At the very least, it's like weakening me, and then something else is killing me. Alright. An early battlefield is nice. Lets me get some early equipment. We have a grove. Grove is also nice. We'll put it down here so we can set up a blood grove. Mountain goes there. Of course, we're gonna get a bat swarm, which is just great. I love bat swarms. At least the bat swarm affects everything. Alright, so far so good. Now sadly, if we're not doing Count's Land, it means we're relying on wheat fields. And wheat fields are useless without actual villages. But of course you can't get Count's Lands without villages either, so maybe I should just shut up and not worry about it. We also have chrono crystals, I believe, so we'll have to keep that in mind too. There's a village. Let's set up a village. It is loop 1. I could do a Count's Land. We'll do a Count's Land. I think I have an addiction to Count's Land. Come on, Candy. I need you. I need your delicious sustenance. Keeps me sane. There we go. Sane in these trying times. more cheap trash. So I think the ruined village does heal you when you enter it. I need to take more damage for that experiment to bear fruit. Level a horde? Yes, please. That's a gimme. All right, we do have a chrono crystal. So we'll go ahead and we'll knock that out. Cemeteries are nice because we can handle skeletons pretty easily. We'll just surround this in meadows for now. Plop a mountain there. Could put a grove there. Spawn a bunch of rat dogs. Rat dogs aren't that bad, even on harder difficulties. Sure, we'll go for it. Why not? Whoops. I keep always doing that. I need to remember when I'm not... When I'm hovering over something, it pauses the game. Also, hold on a second. Is that better? It is better. I don't know how I missed that. Probably not really paying attention. Which, to be fair, I'm not really paying attention. I should be. Maybe that's why I'm doing so poorly. It's not. I'm doing poorly because I'm bad at the game. But, oh well. Alright, more candy. Professional gaming right here, just chomping down on candy while I play. Yeah, that's better. At some point, I might have to give up my... my book here for flat gain. I don't like these one effect books though. But that is a pretty big upgrade. All right. One scarecrow is not bad. Scarecrows on higher difficulties are not actually bad at all. I think I will take that. This could be painful. not that bad because we killed the vampire first, I'm sure. So we have another village. We could build another village. And I think I am, but I'm gonna put it on this side. Oblivion the goblins. Not great. Okay. Another treasury. Another treasury is not very helpful for me. And we could turn that into a count's land if we so have the desire to. That looks fancy. Mech skeletons. It's a little bit of a downgrade in some aspects, but I do like the mech skeletons, so. We don't actually have anything improving our mech skeletons right now, so that helps in my decision-making process. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Skeleton level plus skeleton level, and it's still worse. Had the potential to be good, but it's not. Plus 0.25 to skeleton's level for a loop, starting from the loop that this trait was received. Ah. Ambitions of the Dead is nice for the Horde, but Unseen Care is really good. Or at least it seems really good. I don't know if it actually is or not. I think I've made it clear by now that I'm not the person to come to for guidance on how to play the game. It's just weird because I was doing so well in Chapter 1. I was figuring things out, you know, working out problems, and it ended in a rather quick win against the Lich overall. But now, just spinning my wheels. All right, we have our Blood Grove. Don't really have anywhere else to put a Blood Grove right now, though. Okay. Just plop some rocks there to top off those meadows and get rid of the goblins. I just don't with the goblins at this point. There we go. All right, I could use another grove. Man, without spiders just doesn't feel like we're fighting anything. Oh, they just stole my ring. Rude. Okay, with that Count's Land all set up, I don't feel uncomfortable setting up a second council land. Even if it's probably not going to be ready to go in time for the boss fight, if we fight the boss at at this rate. No, I like the book we have more. Oh, that's a lot of loot. I prefer that to this ring. Does that have max skeletons? It does. Can I get 5 skeletons? I don't think I've ever had that many skeletons. Maybe I have. No, I don't like that ring. I don't know why I had to think about that for so long. Alright, let's continue. Plop down that mountain. 3 skeletons. 4 skeletons. You can have 5 skeletons. Holy crap! I did not realize that. What does this skeleton do? Just magic damage? Huh. Okay, color me mistaken. I thought we could only have 5 skeletons. Fair enough, game. Alright, I'm feeling a little bit better about this now, but I know as soon as I say that, I'm just going to get curb stomped into the ground. Excellent. Where do we want to put another grove? Yeah, I guess we go put a blood grove there. That's a weird one. Village, village, village. Yeah, sure, why not? And we may just put another vampire mansion there. Why not? Why not? Because it's going to kill me? Maybe. It may kill me. It's hard to say. History will decide. I lose out on the max skeletons, but having that magic HP is not nice. Oh! A lot of goodies. I'm gonna drop down to 3 max skeletons with that. I don't know about that. But otherwise, that grimoire is better overall. Alright, let's clear out some of these treasuries. I didn't really do this right. Go figure. Oh well. See, another quest done, that's nice. More groves. We'll put that over there. Another blood grove? Where am I gonna put another blood grove? Nowhere? Yeah. Yeah, nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere is an answer. Nowhere is indeed an answer. That's a ring. Let's give up this ring. There we go. Oh, don't kick this stuff off yet. I need to look at it. There's a lot of loot, but none of it's really amazing. Where's the cemetery? Is that our first cemetery? Maybe. No, it's our second cemetery. Cemeteries aren't bad. Nope, not good. Also not good. Let's put rocks there. And we'll put a treasury there. Finish that mountain tile. Get rid of the goblins. Don't want anything to do with goblins. That is better than that ring, yeah. It is exactly better. Whoops. Got a level. Where's this level? Can I have level? Field practice again. I guess we could do Edge of Impossible. I don't like all of these a chance of something to happen effects. I'm not a fan. Relying on dice rolls is never great. One of those things you just take and hope might happen, maybe. There we go. That's actually fine. I actually like the fact that there's a grove there and not in any of those spots because it doesn't spawn a bunch of rat wolves. So let's put this there, I guess. All right. So going back to our classic go-to strat seems to be working just fine. Even if we are using Count's land. That's a lot of effects. I like the attack speed, actually. For fast summoning. Well, I mean, we could use the regen, but I don't think we really need the regen. Another Chrono Crystal? Yeah, I guess we could put that there. It doesn't stack, though. That's the only unfortunate part about that. All right. It's a bit late for a battlefield, especially because we just passed the loop, but we'll put it down. Just in case. We got a lot of high-level loot, but it's all single effect trash. Yeah, we'll take that. Seems pretty decent. Excellent. Excellent. Things are going well. More magic HP, less attack speed, but way more regen. Yeah, we can take that. I don't like giving up the max skeleton now. Now that I know that you can have more than 4 skeletons. $43 for this episode. Well, I mean, we did have that one earlier episode tacked on, so that makes sense. Where do we want to put a graveyard? Anywhere we put the graveyard is going to have problems except there, I guess. Or there? Do skeletons have souls? I don't remember if skeletons have souls or not, but that's fine. We'll put it there. All right, onward. And it seems like we're actually going to get a chance to see the boss this time. Don't burn up. Don't burn up my fields, please. Anyway, I'm not going to spawn Count's Land over here, but I am going to do that. Gives us some healing through there. We are going to have issues with scarecrows, but scarecrows don't really scare me much. Pull up a cemetery there. Why not? The fact that I would argue that Chapter 2 Scarecrows are weaker than Chapter 1 Scarecrows because they attack everything on the field, including allies. Like, the fact that they attack allies as well as enemies just makes them, like, more dangerous to what they're fighting with than fighting against. Yes, please, evade more. Thank you. Now, I will admit that this is slightly offset by the fact that as the Necromancer, we do have, like, a large number of units on my side of the field, but it still seems really good. Is this better? No. Ooh. No, I don't think it is. We should be able to do this one. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. I mean, honestly, the same thing goes with the bats, too, technically. But the thing about the bats is that mischance... I'm not a fan of mischance. I'm not a fan of my people missing. Obviously, I'm perfectly happy if they miss. Alright, let's get some awesome boss music going. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Alright. Yeah. Now I get to listen to this the whole time. I definitely think that I like the first chapter of boss music better, but this one is not bad. This is a banger, too. That's not better. That's also not better. I'm gonna make an attempt at the boss, knowing full well that I'm probably going to fail and lose all my stuff. But where's the harm in trying? It'll at least feel like we made some progress. I hate that ability. Foresight is so annoying. Like, just have the ability to evade everything every few seconds. There we go. Of course, we will also have the Horde with me when we start this boss fight. 20% attack speed. If this striped ring didn't have max skeletons, I would give that up in a heartbeat for 20% attack speed. Both of those are actually really good. Yeah. Well, we'll do that. No, come on. There we go. That hurt. Ah, that's close. That's very close. That's worse. That's... I don't think that this is a better grimoire. But... yeah, no, it's not a better grimoire. Let's continue. I don't think this is a better grimoire. Spends 20 seconds trying to decide if he wants to use it anyway. Alright. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I just want to pop this treasury before I get to the boss fight. This could be a problematic fight. But no, the Scarecrow's doing a good job for me. See, I like the Scarecrow. Scarecrow's not a bad guy. He's just misunderstood. Holy cow, it's a +1 max skeletons ring that has another effect. I mean, it's not good. I mean... I don't know how much to value defense over skeleton level, so I'm just not going to. Okay, that is not better. I would actually consider oblivioning some of these tiles if we had an oblivion. Not because I necessarily think that we need to progress, because I think we can handle these skeletons, just to kind of expedite the process of getting to the boss. You know, the less risks we take, the better, and fighting anything is theoretically a risk. No, that's not better. Thought about it, but it's not. Alright, we're at full health. We're gonna get refresh on skeletons here at the camp. And one oblivion at the end, of course. Again, if this ring didn't have max skeletons, I'd be all over it. Oh no. I don't know what voice to use here. No, that's a bad voice. Could you please stop? Am I singing her parts? So it's you who's responsible for all this mess. Stop doing what? Stop doing all this resisting, fighting for the old world. He will erase everything anyway. I'm sorry, but that's how it must go. I never took singing classes and it shows. So a mysterious him again. I expect you're not going to explain who you're talking about. Why wouldn't I? I'm talking about God. Well, heckin'. I can't fight God! Holy cow, how many dots is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octuple dot? He created myriads of stars, galaxies, and oh, what am I saying? He created everything, and now he's destroying his creation. He's like a little kid within a sandbox who built a castle, and now he's kicking it over. That's the most nonsense I've ever heard, and trust me, I've heard a lot of nonsense. Why would God want to destroy the world? That's what you would call a silly question. Do you think we have a right to discuss God's motives? Is this... I really hope that this game isn't like an allegory for a religion or against a religion. I hope it's not. He's God, for God's sakes. If he decides it, then it has to be done. That means there's a cause and a meaning to it. Instead of showing him your rage and anger, you should thank him for the life you've had, and spend the time that's left saying goodbye to the universe. No, wait, that's not right. If all that's true, then why am I still able to resist? Why am I able to restore this world piece by piece? It's very slow, but I'm still able to do it. Does that mean your God is having second thoughts? Or is he a God at all, if I can go against his will? These are just empty words. You're simply trying to find reason to say your unimportant no. I feel sorry for you and this world, but your efforts are worthless. You can't stop God's harvesting scythe with a single blade of grass. Excuse me, I'm not the warrior, I'm the necromancer, and I have a bunch of skeletons. I shall end you personally, by word or force if needed. Well, maybe a blade of grass won't stop a scythe, but it can get into your shoe and hurt. You know, metaphors really are not my thing. Let's see if your God is truly protecting you. All right, so what do you do? Hey, the priestess has a soul. She does a lot of damage. Will of Hummus summons an angel instead of an attack that disappears after dealing 2 attacks. Iconostasis creates a 5 stained glass windows instead of every second attack. Has 20% chance to be protected by one of the windows. That's obnoxious. Okay, well, let's watch the fireworks. There's that angle. Invisible and can't be targeted. Awesome. That seems a little bit absurd. I think we're winning. It's kind of hard to tell with the angels and the windows, though. Because theoretically, she could get rid of a lot of attacks with those mirrors, and if we can't get through it, then we're just not going to do any damage. Yeah, kind of like this. I could only imagine trying to do this with the rogue or the warrior, because they attack so slowly compared to the necromancer. The necromancer was pretty much like specifically engineered to fight this boss. It's It's so painful. Every time like the first time, I still can't get used to it. Yeah, dying's not very nice, and how's the whole world feels right now? And it's how the whole world feels right now. Not a great feeling, as you've noticed. Now you're... Wait, what do you mean by every time? Oh, it's not the first time. My faith in the Almighty brings me back to life again and again for the sake of my great mission. To spread his word, to preach humility, obedience, and expect of the salvation he offers. And every time I fail, there are only the dead bodies of heretics instead of conversations. And my lifeless body. Then why can't you understand that the wish to survive is an essential part of this world? I don't know how it happened, but you've made a mistake interpreting the motives of the Almighty. Made a mistake? Me? That's impossible. I believe in it. I am the faith itself. I don't need to know or check anything. And you, what are you even trying to achieve? Nothing will ever be like it was anymore, not even close. I don't know. Maybe it will. I can still try. You're just a fool. That's what you are. We'll meet again. Just let me rest a while. Sorry, I gave up my life on that voice. Looks like she's gone. I can hardly believe her corpse will ever come back to life, but even if it will, I should give her a proper burial. Oh, that's nice. Necromancer giving people proper burials is a bit weird. Upon each building, hero gets 8 times a loop experience. Seems like trash. 30% chance to get a random basic resource chunk upon killing an enemy. That seems pretty nice. I have got 25% chance of the enemies will have 1 less ability. Does not affect bosses. I like that. I should go back. Wait, when did we get 2 orbs of immortality? Did we get those from the boss? Orb of Unity. What? I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. Orb of Afterlife? What's that? I have no idea what this is. Let's go. Welcome back. Is that a piece of glass sticking out of your shoulder? What? Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's not because of a high pain tolerance. I'm a bit shocked, to tell the truth. I met a crazy preacher. Stained glass windows, halos, and angel silhouettes all around. A holy jamboree, you could say. Let me guess. We have all sinned, and now we are doomed to face the holy wrath and apocalypse. And only in death shall we find salvation. Not exactly. It's more like God has decided to erase his creation. It has to be done to show some patience. Well, that makes some sense. If you give it a little thought. Who else would have the power to do such a thing? I don't know much about godhood, but I would think he'd be able to do all this instantly. Putting it simply, we'd all be dead already. We wouldn't even exist now. Even if the priestess is right, it's not a reason to give up. Woo! A howl from outer space! What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, and it felt horrible, like someone's coming to get me. I'm coming for you! I kind of want to upgrade the healer's hut again. I'm not gonna lie. But what I really want is the ability to play gold cards, whatever the heck those are. Okay, here's what we've managed to learn. The world consists of darkness and fragments of your memories for a quite short period of time. Nothing is stable. But this is not completely true. There are some key memories that drastically change everything. By keeping a log of your expeditions, we're adding pieces of the picture together. It would be much easier if everything wasn't so shapeless. Remember, any knowledge is priceless, so don't forget to share it. We'll decide to use it best together. Encyclopedia? There's absolutely nothing here, well, except slime. Spawns a rat wolf. Blood path. Okay. Yeah. Much of this info I already know. Yep. Mm-hmm. Goblin Lookout, I hate it. Hungry Grove, we've seen that. Bandit Camp, we've seen that. Chrono Crystals. Rock, Mountain, Mountain Peak. A lot of these things we know. Forest, we've not even seen that since the start. Treasury, Beacons, Lich's Palace. Golden, we have no golden cards. Enemies. There's probably a lot of useful information in here. I wonder what that is. Got a Mimic, a Blood Clot. I haven't fought any of those for a while. Ghost, Ghost of a Ghost. Whatever that is, a vampire, a swarm of bats. Goblins. Ghouls, bandits, harpies, gargoyles. All sorts of cool stuff. Scorch worms, they can go away. I don't like them. We got the Lich. We got a Priestess. We got more dialogue. Interesting. Same here. And a random angle. Lots of loot. And how to get it. Fancy. Fancy, fancy. We got an encyclopedia of items that we can't use. Oh yeah, we can use more food now. But we still can't use jewelry. Okay, so we have an Ancestral Crypt. Plus 3 HP for every enemy with a soul killed. Grants you 1 resurrection. That's fancy. And a desert. Lowers every creature's HP by 0.5. Huh. I don't think that's better than either meadows or rocks, though. Weird. And now we have Chapter 3 unlocked. Well then, I guess we'll experiment with that next time. So until then, happy gaming.